Hi, I'm Crystal and you're watching the Deslob Student. I'd like to share with you a story that I would call divine intervention. I haven't really been much of a God believer in most of my adult years. I've wanted to be so badly. I have spoke to so many people of different religions, of different faiths and spirituality. I have tried to meditate and pray and research my own heart's desires or what speaks to me the most. And really, the thing that has spoken the most loud and clearest to me is when I just let it go. When I let it go, when I let my overthinking go, there's some sort of miraculous intervention that goes on that helps whatever situation I'm in. So, if you're watching the videos that I've been uploading every day lately, you're watching this big giant road trip that I took for myself. And the purpose of this road trip was to go surprise my grandma for her birthday on January 3rd. Problem is, she was in the hospital and I didn't know if I should wait to start this trip until she was out of the hospital or if I should go on the trip on blind faith that she'd get out of the hospital by the time I got up there. So what you're gonna watch is two videos that I made before I saw my grandma and after I saw my grandma. Because if you watched the previous video, you obviously know that I did eventually saw her. I saw her while she was in the hospital, but you don't know how special and miraculous that visit was in itself. And I will explain more after you watch the video. You'll understand more what I'm trying to say and why it was so miraculous. Let me show you the first video. The first video is before I saw her, and the second video is the recap of what I felt and how I felt about that visit and how beautiful I thought that visit was. Please keep in mind that this is a very special woman in my life. I was named after her. My name is Crystal Jean. Her name is Jean. She is the mother of my father who passed away when I was a teenager. So she lost her son and I lost my father. And she has had a rough life. Not the roughest, of course, but she was married at 16 years old. And she's been with the same husband, my grandpa, my dad's dad, and it's not always been easy for her because she has a lot of the same codependent issues that I do, and I just admire this woman, and I wanted to give back to her in some way or form just to show her how much I love her and also show her that I believe in her strength. And I could go on and on and on and talk about my grandma, but anyways, I hope you can kind of get an understanding of why this visit was so special to me, why this trip was so special to me, and then you'll also see what kind of divine intervention happened. In my opinion, it was divine intervention from start to finish on what was able to take place just so I could spend that time with her, despite her being in the hospital and me being on this short road trip. All right, anyways, thanks so much for watching, and let's watch those videos. I'm here visiting my grandma. What I'm supposed to be doing is visiting my grandma. I'm sitting in her chair in her house all by myself. There's nobody here. Nobody here. My grandma's in the hospital and she's going to be moved to a rehab facility tonight, and they won't allow anybody to go see her, and I came all this way to come see her and she's unavailable. So I'm kind of feeling sorry for myself. I visited a lot of family so far, and I just wanted to be here when she got home. I thought she was getting out today. I'm really glad that she's doing better, and I'm really glad that she's getting the help that she needs, and I'm just being a big baby, and I'm glad I got to see my family and friends in these circumstances instead of like at a funeral or something. So I am really grateful. I am trying to find the gratitude in all this, but it really sucks. That's all. It just sucks. It sucks that I haven't been able to visit with her. That's all. So anyways, I am trying to enjoy myself as best I can, but it's just kind of sad I can't visit with her or my grandpa. I only saw him for a little bit yesterday. I'm thinking to myself, I got nothing to lose. I'm just going to go in there and say, I'm from Arizona and this is the way we do it. I didn't know you had rules. I drove all this way to come visit my grandmother. Let me see her. And that's what stinks about it, is they have one person down. You're only allowed one designated person to be your visitor. So I got the map on my phone and I'm going to go figure this out. So I'm sick and tired of waiting around here. All this effort. I'm sorry, I'm just in a bad mood right now, if you can't tell. I'm gonna drive in snow now. I'll talk to you later. Bye! My grandpa's talking to the nurses right now, so you're listening in. I'm on mute.
Okay, my granddaughter is upstairs, and she come over to see your grandma, and we'll let her up here. My granddaughter is so well downstairs.
So, let's go ahead and forward contact. We can have that visitor policy. For a good reason.
I understand that.
Let me go ahead and forward contact and we'll see what it is.
I think that very much. Grandma's pretty upset, so I understand. I know.
He's turning on the waterworks. Can you hear him crying? Did you hear any of that, or is it hard to understand? I've been tested negative. I've got my mask. They should allow somebody else in. Of course, I'm not the policy maker. I'm not the policy maker. He told me he'd call me back, but I don't think he realizes he didn't hang up.
All right. Thank you very much. He's down there right now. He's at the main entrance of the hospital. Thank you. Are you there, Crystal?
I'm here, Grandpa.
He just said you could come up for a half hour.
Awesome. So how do I get up there?
They'll let them know downstairs. You're down there at the front gate, right?
I am. Yep.
Yeah, you'd have to be. Okay, they'll let you know. Okay.
Okay. Cool. All right. Thank you.
Dear.
All right. Love you. Bye bye. Woohoo! I'm going in. All right. Here I go. I'm in the elevator. I'm in the elevator. I'm in the elevator. I'm doing a happy dance. Woohoo! The doors aren't opening. Okay, good, gosh.
It's like all the way down eating.
Can I feed it to you, Grandma?
If you can get her to eat it, that'll be wonderful.
It's something I want to do. If you don't mind. I don't want
mind
you.
one bit.
Well, you don't. I don't care about you, Grandpa. I want.
Oh, you're talking to her. Oh,
If you don't mind. I mean, I want her to get it down her, but sometimes it's just hard to lift your arms. You know?
If she eats it, that'll be wonderful.
It's also what they call an act of love. You know? To be able to feed somebody that's older. Like the older people used to feed us when we were babies, you know?
Oh, yeah. Just exactly like that. So take the baby food out, stick it in their mouth. And
Especially, you know, if you're shaking and you're having a hard time gripping things, like when you were needing help with your lotion yesterday, right, Grandpa? Your
Yes.
arthritis lotion?
I still got a little bit left in this jar. If I don't need it coming up here, I'd had you bring another jar up for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would have been nice. But
You don't want any more? You all done? Okay.
Where are we going now?
I'm going to break you out of here. I'm going to take you to Arizona with me. I'll take care of you.
She knows how to take care of old people, Mom. I was taking radio and television speech at the University of Utah. That was my career, going to be in radio and television.
That's what
I
you
was
wanted,
going to be
huh?
a television actor, radio actor. Until I met her. Boy, that changed my life forever.
I don't look good.
You're beautiful. I'm making your hair beautiful.
Yeah.
Ma'am, anyway, that's what I wanted to let you know that passing on a message to you. The visiting hours ended at 8 p.m.
Oh,
but
okay.
they're gonna let you stay today because of the snow out there.
Oh, that's
but till tomorrow, you can only be here between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m.
I really appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're
That
welcome.
is so nice of you, Z. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
But you could, oh dear, because of the snow.
I am kind of snowed in.
Are you snowing?
Yeah, it looks like it snowed.
It's snowing again?
Yeah, look at everyone's cars that are covered.
It's covered again.
I feel so lucky that I have a bed. And that I get to be here with you, Grandma. This is what we call a sleepover with Grandma. I got a chuckle out of her. Just a girls' night. Just me and Grandma. Alright, going to bed now. Right, Grandma? Night.
The next day.
Good morning. I'm gathering that COVID has really made her super foggy and kind of almost like in a dissociative state. And she only comes out of it for just a couple seconds and gives you eye contact or a little smirk. Or sometimes she'll vocalize her opinions if she overhears something that she disagrees with. She's even joked around with the doctors. The good news is that the rehab center, we found out that they allow visitors until 7 p.m. on the weekdays and 4 p.m. on the weekends. So if you're planning on a trip to come up and see her in the rehab center, she should be going there today some point, as long as they have space. They were running out of space, and hopefully you'll get to see her in person. But yeah, she really needs some positive reinforcement. I told Grandpa she needs choices. She needs options. She needs to think that she's in charge of her recovery, because she is. She needs to believe in herself. Grandpa was giving her crap for not drinking her cranberry juice. And I says, Grandpa, she doesn't have to drink her cranberry juice right now. She's in charge. She's the boss. She's the queen. She ate most of her oatmeal with banana and raisins, and she had her cantaloupe and yogurt, and she will have her cranberry juice when she's ready. And so I handed it to her before I left and gave her a big hug, put the blanket around her, and I just told Grandpa, I says, Grandpa, she's getting better. I said, the way we've been working at Grandpa is she's getting better because she has options. So she needs to have options. So I told him not to get after her for not doing things, or that she has to do things, or shame her for not doing things, because I think she's so frustrated with him that I was so grateful that he went home to go to sleep, and I had all that night time with her to spend alone with her. It was wonderful. So anyways, yeah, it was a pretty special thing. I felt like I was there representing not just myself and my dad, but I was representing every one of her children and grandchildren that couldn't be there. I was like, I'm pouring all kinds of love into her, and I couldn't help it. It was just, so much was coming out of me. Like, my cup was so overflowing. My cup was so overflowing. I had so much love to give her, and I haven't had an ounce of anything for anybody in such a long time. My cup has been so empty, and I've been so blessed with so much love from so many families since I've been on this trip. It's just been incredible how much love I have. I have a lot of love for myself, and I have a lot of... So I'm filling my cup first, and I went on this trip for me. I did that concert for me, and so I'm mending my cup, my broken cup. I'm mending my cup. I'm just so grateful. And so when I saw Grandma, I'm rubbing her feet, and I'm stroking her hair, and I'm putting my fingers on her face, and I'm just loving her like she's my child, like she's my baby. Like, I don't know where all that love was coming from. It was like really divine or something. It's weird. Anyway, it was just such a beautiful thing that I could do that for her. Because you know how Grandma says, if you're gonna give me flowers, give them to me while I'm alive, not when I'm dead. And I'm so grateful that if I had a choice between coming up for a funeral and doing what I did, I'm so grateful that I got to love her while she's alive and be with her while she's alive. At one point, she even looked like her mom, and I was like, you kind of look like Grandma Peterson. I see right now. I see a little Grandma Peterson in you. And she was so zoned out, but the minute I said that, she kind of looked up and she looked in my eyes and she gave a little smile. And I just, you know, if there's such thing as people from beyond being able to channel their love and energy, if there's such thing, I mean, I wouldn't put it past her mom. I don't know her mom, I don't know Grandma Peterson, I don't know, but something tells me that she's not ready to go. She's not. Grandma doesn't want to be ready to go. She's not. She's just frustrated and she wants her voice back. I think she wants to feel strong again. I feel that. I sense that. And I think pouring all that love into her came from somewhere, and I know maybe it was just me. Maybe I had it all in me and I just don't believe in myself that much, but it felt like she was my baby. I was like up with her every 2 minutes. I couldn't sleep a wink. The littlest, the littlest, you know, like, it's just funny. She had sense of humor about her. We laughed, I made a lot of jokes. It was really great. Anyway, I just wanted to share with you my experience because it was special. It was unique. It was weird that I was able to get in. It was weird that I was able to stay as long as I was. It was weird that Grandpa jumped at the opportunity to go home. And I'm so grateful that he did, because she was not getting better with him there. No matter how much I kept talking to her about, I was trying to have my moment. Grandpa, I only get 30 minutes with my grandma. Stop talking about Westwood. Stop talking about this. Stop talking about money. Like, I wanted him to shut up and stop visiting with me. For just a second, I was trying to visit with Grandma, and because she wasn't speaking, Grandpa was. And I'm just like, let me just be here in silence with you, please. And so, when 30 minutes, I only was allowed 30 minutes. When 30 minutes turned into an hour, and turned into 2 hours, turned into 3 hours, and by midnight, the guy told me that I was able to stay because of the snow. And Grandpa jumped at the opportunity to go home and get some sleep. And I'm like, holy cow, now I get to just be with her. Now I get to just be in silence with her, or share space with her, hold space for her, just love on her, just dote on her and make her feel special. Because how many times has Grandpa taken that from her, you know? Made her voice smaller, made her feel like she wasn't loved by him. I'm sure he loves her, but how many times did she feel loved by him? That's the point. I saw myself in her. I saw myself 40 years from now. What would my life be like? I guess it's 45 years from now. What would my life be like when I'm not feeling good? Will people hold space for me? Will my husband be talking while I'm trying to just be in silence and be at peace? Grandma needs peace and Grandma needs love, and oh my gosh, I'm just going on and on. You know what she needs, and you know how frustrated she is. You've talked to her every day, almost, right? Anyways, I know what I'm saying is stuff that you already know, but this is like all flooding in. It's all flooding in, these realizations and these aha moments, and I'm just sharing with you what I'm experiencing because I'm just so scared that this is the last time I'll see her. But I hope not. I hope that she gets to find her voice. I hope that there's enough people around her that will dote on her and make her feel special and tell Grandpa to go to another room while she gets her attention, while she gets her one-on-one time with people. Because that's what she needs right now. Everybody needs that when they're not feeling good, you know? And I think COVID just really, it really shut her body down to the point where she's just having a hard time focusing and being alert. And that's normal, I guess. When you have COVID, you have a fog once in a while, right? Okay, I'm sorry, this was super long. Just wanted to share my experience with her, and it made my trip so purposeful, so meaningful. Jacqueline, I had a nice little visit with her yesterday. She's just... Every time I go to say it, I start crying. She said, when you're back at home in Arizona and you feel so alone and you only have your mom or Jim to lean on, I hope you look back on this trip and remember those connections you made, and you remember where your roots are planted and where you come from. And I hope it cements that part of you that helps you know who you are, that helps you know where you stand and where you come from. And basically, in so many words, I agree with her. I don't have just Jim or my mom to live at. I mean, I may be losing my home, but I have many homes. I have had so much love and hospitality, from your house to Darren's and Aunt Debbie's and Dirk and Uncle David. Like, everybody has been so loving and so welcoming. I mean, even JC offered me her daughter's bedroom. She's like, if you don't mind kids. And I don't mind kids, but I'm just like so grateful that there's so many people in this family that have opened their homes to me, and they've opened their hearts, and I've had so much connection and so much love pouring in my cup, and it's just so wonderful, and I just feel so grateful. I can't believe I'm crying, but it's not like emotional, like, oh, what am I gonna do, despair crying. It's like grateful. It's like gratitude tears, you know. It's been a long time since I felt so loved and felt so happy. Anyways, I keep talking your ear off. I really gotta get going. I'm supposed to follow Brenda out at 8:30 this morning. And it's 8:30 right now, but I'm like, I gotta get showered. I want to say goodbyes. I'm not ready to leave, so I'm gonna have Brenda leave without me so she's not waiting. I don't want to feel rushed, and now I was gonna follow her out because of the snow. But Aunt Debbie said it's not supposed to snow till 11-ish, so... Okay, anyways, I'm gonna let you go. Thanks again. And let me know if you have any questions. I'll talk to you soon, I'm sure. Love you, bye. Isn't that awesome? Basically, to put it in so many words, COVID has restricted a lot of hospital visits, right? Pretty much everywhere. And Idaho is even more strict than a lot of other cities that I've heard about. And they only allotted me 30 minutes to spend with my grandma. Well, that 30-minute visit turned into 17 beautiful hours. 17 beautiful hours. That's why I didn't have you guys sit through 17 hours worth of video footage. Is I figured, let's do this in hyperspeed, and then we'll put some pretty music with it, and then that, yeah. Isn't that awesome? I mean, this trip has taught me so much about my grandma, about me, about the power that we hold within inside of ourselves. And I drew this for me to hang in my old house with Jim many, many years ago. I painted it. It says, "You've always had the power, my dear. You just had to learn it for yourself." Glinda the Good Witch says that in Wizard of Oz, and it's true. You just have to believe that you have the power all along. And because you do, you just have to believe it within yourself. You have to see it within yourself. And then you got relationships. Oh, I have the power in that too. I just have to believe within myself that nobody gets to tell me who I am. I get to have the self-love that I need for me, and nobody else's opinions matter about me except for my opinion about myself. I have to believe in myself enough. I have to believe in myself enough to know that I'm a good person and I've got my healing to do and everybody else does too, but I'm not in charge of anybody else's healing and nobody else is in charge of my healing. You just have to believe that you have the power all along, and because you do, you just have to believe it within yourself. You have to see it within yourself. Just like my grandma has to see it within herself that she can choose her healing or she can choose to go on the path of self-destruction and sabotage her healing and not get better. Everybody has that choice. I have the choice to keep eating fast food and gaining more weight, or I can choose to do a little bit of exercising every day and choose healthier foods, and that might help me live a longer life. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, you can know I can talk a lot. That's why I make these videos, is because it gives me a release of talking about the things that are in my mind and in my head and in my heart. And I know that you're going to watch a lot more videos. I don't know how many more videos I have to edit and upload, but I do hope that they are serving some sort of good in the world. Even if it's just for my own good, that's enough for me. But if anybody else can share in how excited I am about discovering my power and helping my grandma discover her power, which, by the way, she's back home. She's doing well. She's no longer in her rehab, and she's just doing so great. And she's doing so much better at home with home health care coming in and family coming in to help her.
How are you, Jean?
There's not that many of them.
I'm terrific.
What was that?
Terrific.
All right. I'm just poloing our family.
Yes, we are.
Having some taters here this morning.
Some of Grandpa's fried potatoes. You got that? What are you coughing for?
I don't know.
All over the place.
Anyways, thanks so much again for watching, and I hope this wasn't too long. Please comment below if you have anything that you'd like to share, anything that you relate to, any questions that you have, any concerns that you have going on that you want support in. Please comment below or send me a personal email, deslobstudent@gmail.com. Thanks again for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.